Previously on the Stars of Huzuz.
I feel like these might be the mystics we're trying to talk to.
I'm a good knight, the apple said so.
The sundial begins to spin.
There's number 9.
What's the time wizard going to do?
And I would like to cast darkness on that little dial.
His hand becomes like an elongated dragon claw.
I'm ready to take a little nap. You think you guys have this handled?
Big, watery, astral hands.
It is time for you to return to your true self, my love.
A spindly black mist seeps from the cylinder.
No!
Get ready to consume your next decade's worth of spiders.
I want to get to know you.
I want to know you as well.
Selene, I have your sister.
Welcome back to yet another riveting episode of The Stars of Huzuz, brought to you by the Troubadours. Boy, that last episode was terrifying. A lot of surprises. Hopefully we can unpack some of that for you in this episode. If you're enjoying this podcast, please let us know. Leave us a great review on your preferred podcast listening platform. Join our Discord. Follow us on Instagram. Say hello. We love you. My name is Ben Brady. I am the DM. Let's meet that fabulous adventuring party.
I'm Emily Blair, and I play Sir Reginald Wellington III.
I'm Ashley Marie Robillard, and I'm also Selene Nightshade.
My name is Jessie, and I play Charla.
I'm Haas, and I play Beetle.
I am Philippe L'Esperance. I am playing Gilbert Heatherington.
I am Jacob O'Shea, and I play Billowby Fiddlefern.
My name is Tom Lynch, and I play Kailu Yingwye Gwestedir.
And without further ado, onward to adventure.
Gilbert, falls over, and then he's just, apologizing profusely to Beetle, and kind of I'm so sorry, I couldn't do it, but, it's borderline tears on the ground.
It's okay, buddy. We all lose ourselves sometimes.
But I'd like to, is there a way for me, I know that this is not how the spell works, but I want to make just my face visible to say that, and then I want to, go back behind the curtain of invisibility.
It's okay, buddy.
But he's still gonna go invisible, because this definitely was not his favorite day.
Mm-hmm. In the cloud of frost, you can put your impression in.
like a little kid pressing their face against the glass.
I'm just trying to help and talk to the guy and get him to not fight us, but that didn't work out very well.
What the hell just happened?
No idea.
Kai's just gonna get up and walk towards Selene. He's like, do you have any healing or anything like that?
Okay, so here's the thing. I can't start healing. I'll need 10 minutes. The other thing is maybe we should figure out...
Kai's just like, okay. And then he just sits down.
No.
Collapses.
I'm happy to heal us all up. I just also want to just verbally address to the group that there is still that weird object on the floor that somehow made the sunroof start opening, so if we can close that too, because my darkness is only going to be up for probably another 6 minutes maybe.
All right.
We should probably think about fixing that, yeah.
Okay.
I'll help you, Reggie.
Okay.
And Beetle is just gonna try and hang on it and try and just wiggle himself to move it.
While that happens, Selene's just gonna walk over and take a minute and just sort of stare at the device that they use to manipulate this clock thing, and is using that minute to cast Identify, just so she can find out how to do this quick.
Yeah, so to start the device, what that one mystic did, not the one with the chronolometer, the one who started things up, cast a spell, just cast Firebolt, to whirl around it and make a little bit of a shadow going in a counterclockwise direction around it.
So if I cast Identify on the clock face itself, would it have told me essentially that that's how it was activated?
If you drop the darkness, the contraption would not continue to unfurl, that it's just going to be stuck in this position, which is a third open.
Yay.
Casting Identify. I'm staring. I'm basically walking into the darkness and just sort of getting as close as I can, finding the edge, and just staring at the edge and holding this thing in the middle of the darkness.
You feel like there's not a magical way to reverse it, but if you were to spend more time with the actual mechanical workings underneath this top layer, you could perhaps set it to reverse and close the ceiling again.
Bless. Okay, so not intended. She's gonna.
It's identify, not bless.
She's going to dispel the magic around her, stop concentrating on the spell, and as she does it, she's gonna be like, okay, so here's the deal. This is actually mechanical, not magical, so if someone wants to figure out how to reverse it in case we want to go up the stairs, we can. I, however, am gonna plop my butt right here, and if everyone could just stay within 30 feet of me for the next 10 minutes, that would be rad. Has anyone not been hit, or has anyone hit the least? Where are we? Who's help? Help me figure out how to help you, please. Thank you.
I'm right here.
I don't feel very good.
I don't have many hit points to begin with.
I'm just gonna stay over here.
Yeah, I'm okay, milady. I'm at 49 out of 60, so I'm doing all right.
Gilbert, what the hell?
I'm gonna say Gil is hurt.
Oh, I'm not.
Charla has the hit points.
No, I'm not.
Are you really not hurt?
No.
Oh, great.
It's not even fair.
Every time we got hurt, Gil healed himself. So
incredible.
Sorry.
Perfect. So then what's going to happen is Selene's going to be like, okay, everyone but Gil, because Gil, congratulations, you are relatively unscathed. Please stay within 30 feet of me for the next 10 minutes. Thank you. And then she's just gonna drop into a meditative stance. And instead of it being sitting, she's just flat on the ground, on her back, taking a second too, because she is also extremely hurt. And then I'm gonna do that for 10 minutes and heal us all I'm doing it at the 4th level because we're fucking hurt.
Kaya's like, that looks nice. I think I'll do it too. And then
Yep.
It goes into corpse pose.
Pull up a slab of stone, my friend.
Yeah.
Reggie's gonna try and figure out this clock and see if he can reverse those gears through sheer brute force. Because he's too big to get underneath the gears. But maybe he can ask Beetle. Hey Beetle, do you want to get underneath the clock thingy and then we can work together? To remove this light from our room?
Yeah.
And we can go upstairs.
Yeah.
Teamwork.
I love that, buddy. Yeah, that sounds good.
Reggie kind of sticks his arm out as let's do it.
Beetle will jump up and hug your entire forearm.
Excellent! And break!
And then he just goes flying. I'm gonna go inside the stone and try and talk him through the mechanics of what I'm seeing.
Yeah, and try to guide the gears so they can go back into the other way, and I'll try to pull it.
It's certainly with advantage between the identify that Selene casts and the two of you teaming up to help each other. Perhaps just a flat intelligence check with advantage from Reggie.
Alrighty.
So I'm seeing a little spinny thingy, and then there are a lot of little chunks of stuff sort of grinding together, and it's really dusty down here.
Before Beetle went in, when he saw Kai and Selene laying on the floor, he would like to do the same, but he would like to do it in one of the piles of bone dust and cover himself in bone dust.
Rejuvenating mask.
So we can see you now.
Terrifying.
I'm gonna want to check this after, but do we see anything in the coffins or any useful items or magical items?
Any treasure to plunder?
Any treasure?
Do you want to do a roll for that, Kai, an investigate to see what you uncover?
Kai's investigation is just going to be him swiveling his head to see what's going on.
Looks to the left of the floor, to the right of the floor.
Looks to the left. And it's a 17.
Yeah, as you can barely roll your head around, you don't think there's anything else in these coffins. Several of them exploded in the battle. Nothing additional tumbled out of them. But your head rotates back the other way and looks up and sees this statue at the top of the stairs. And you think maybe there's something worth protecting at the top of the stairs.
Treasure.
We'll see if this fight was worth it.
3 more minutes.
How we looking up there, Reggie?
10!
You're not quite figuring out this mechanism. Neither you or Beetle have either dealt with this kind of clockwork before, so maybe you're kind of frustrated sifting through your Knightsbridge book, but you don't quite get it from that.
What do you mean there's no chapter on gear work?
What? I swear we covered this in school. Mechanism. Just went from monsters to nymphs. There's no mechanisms. What is this? I have to talk to the publisher about this.
They have a newer version.
What?
It was from the 1502.
Oh.
It's a new book that's out.
Oh, goodness.
I think the producer is MacFay. I don't remember.
Kai is so dehydrated.
It's not a Norrotten version?
I don't remember.
Okay.
I'm pretty out of it.
One second, and I think
I've lost a lot of blood.
Selene is at that point going to like flip up into a seated position and be like, all right, everyone but Gil, 30 feet, and then is going to just sort of like explode in a radius of stardust all around her. Aww. Like little itty bitty stars are gonna like make constellations on people's bodies where their wounds are, helping to heal them.
Oh, cool.
Everyone takes 25 points back to their health.
Woo!
Wham bam, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
I think like her eyes briefly become like galaxies.
Cool.
Anyway.
What just happened? Who was that lady?
Yeah, who was that lady?
I think also another thing I would love to address, Beetle, you were addressed as my love. What?
Yes, what was that about? What is your past with this?
I think I just have something about me. I'm adorable.
That's very true.
That's an understandable thought.
Yeah, again, Beetle does not remember the dream world where we were all in the dream and met her, so he has no idea who the fuck that is or why she was saying that.
That was even there.
So Satara likes it dirty?
Excuse me.
Gilbert.
Sorry, that was
That is no way for a child to be stalking.
That was not Gilbert speaking, that was Phil speaking. Gilbert's sulking.
I wonder if we put Gilbert's wrist in this thing and then ran it over, would it crush it, do you think? Gilbert, give me your hand. Come here.
Well, it might be worth a shot.
Somebody stop this.
Celine, while this is happening, just wants to go over to the clock face, take a look at it, and see if it's like the clock back in the tavern, if she just needs to wind it back or something, like the sundial at the back of the beehive.
Yeah, I'd say, Selene, and you also cast Identify on this, so you might have an idea of how to help Reggie figure this out. How about you make another check with advantage, just a flat intelligence?
She's just like looking at the chaos as the, stardust settles off of her. Oh, hell yeah! We love advantage! Nat 20! Yeet!
Yay!
Great, so you are able to just help Reggie find just the right levers to pull and gears to turn. The contraption will reverse.
Wait, I'm still inside!
Get out! I'm so sorry.
Beetle, do you want to make a dex save to get out of there in time?
Yeah, sure. Oh my god.
Oh no.
That's a nat 1.
Oh no.
Oh, Beetle.
No. Oh no.
Great. So, as no one can see where Beetle is, right?
Great.
I guess he's covered in bone dust, but clearly, Selene, you're not aware people are still in harm's way.
Nope.
Beetle, you're deep in the mechanism as this thing begins to activate, and you are stuck in between two of these gears.
Oh god.
You will take 15 bludgeoning damage.
Jesus.
Oh god.
Oh god.
And you are trapped in the mechanism, which, after a round, if you will continue to try and crush you.
Oh no.
I'll use my second wild shape to wild shape into the smallest bug I can think of.
Fabulous.
Just a little fruit fly without... Wait, do I have fly speed now?
You are level 8.
Great, so I just turn into a little fruit fly.
All right, everyone else hears Beetle go, ow, as the contraption hesitates for a moment, and then the contraption will continue to spin as a little fruit fly comes out from underneath all of the paneling, and the ceiling will begin to close.
Oh god, Beetle, I'm so sorry.
Beetle, are you alright?
The fruit fly will land on Celine's nose, and you can just, see it staring at you.
I'm so sorry.
For those of you listening, Ash just did an incredible eye cross. That was peak comedy.
Thank you.
So the platform will come back to its original place, and it's just a regular-looking sundial level with the floor. Now all the sunbeams are gone.
Alright.
Yay.
Well done, Selene.
Yeah.
Beetle, I'm glad you're okay. In one piece, mostly.
Sorry to those of whom I made not in one piece.
We're not talking about that yet. So, that statue all the way up the stairs looks interesting. Shall we go take a look?
Why not? What do we have to lose?
I'm gonna stay stay down here to make sure this dial doesn't get all screwed up on you guys up there.
Very good. But yes, I'm going to go investigate. If anybody else wants to join me, they are more than welcome to.
Yes, I think I will join you.
I'll go.
Kai makes his way up the stairs, and those who want to join him will begin the winding journey all the way up. It goes up about 70 feet until you reach that statue, which is indeed a statue of Kor. And you see at this statue is written the words, "To move forward, one must shine a light on the past." In addition, it's clearly holding a sword that is not part of the statue. It is a functional, rather fancy, perhaps magical-looking greatsword.
Reggie, take a look.
I think this is a job for Reggie.
A magical greatsword? I don't have magic. I can't have a weapon. I have no magic.
Who says you can't? You don't need magic
I think
to have
the sword has the magic.
The sword.
You don't have to have the magic.
Yeah.
The sword has the magic.
Wait, but I was always told that I couldn't have magic weapons.
Says who?
Reggie, this was chapter 12 in the Knightsbridge book. When they talk about magical items.
Before mechanism.
He flips through the book.
I'm going to kill Reggie's dad.
I don't have chapter 12.
How do you not have chapter 12?
I got this from my brothers. It's a hand-me-down.
Those sons of bitches.
Heathens.
Wait, you saying I could have... He bursts into tears.
Oh,
I could have
Reggie.
Wait, I can't have magic weapons?
Well, think of it like this, Captain. There's a first time for everything, and how lucky you are to experience this now.
With your friends.
With good people beside you.
But I'm worthy of having weapons?
Of course you are! Why do you think you are not? You ate an apple that tests purity, for God's sake!
Exactly, my goodness.
He just sitting on the ground crying, in crisscross applesauce, just sobbing.
A fruit fly will come and land on your shoulder comfortingly.
I would really like to struggle with this greatsword, just take it and then be like, this shit's heavy, and then just put it in Reggie's lap and be like, just take it. It's yours now.
Charla, do you take it? I was about to ask you to check it for traps to make sure it won't trigger anything.
Oh, didn't even think about that.
As you pull it out, Charla, nothing is activated. Whatever trap has been set has clearly been disabled, so nothing happens.
Okay, it's fine. Never mind. I was going to say something, Charla.
Charla just toddles over because it's, greatswords are bigger than me. So I'm just like,
Do you need help with? Okay.
I'm literally just gonna dump it in Reggie's lap, and he's a knight. He can deal.
Yes, he can.
Catch it. Catch.
Yeah, he catches it effortlessly and just cradles it. It's magic.
So now you have a magic greatsword. See, that wasn't so bad.
What does it do?
Yeah, do you want to roll an Arcana on it?
Yeah.
Whoever's checking it out?
Give it a little. Yeah. Give it a swirl. Give it a little twirl.
Sure.
Swish and flick.
Two-handed twirl. I don't know how many hands you need for a greatsword.
4.
A 7.
A 7 is not enough to identify this right away. It's obviously large. It has the symbol of Kor on the hilt, and it seems to be glowing with sunlight.
Reggie rolled a 13.
Reggie, you certainly can feel a connection with this. You wouldn't really know its effect until you, of course, spend an hour with it. Then Reggie will know. But here I'll put it in the Loot and Goodies channel of the Discord.
Okay.
Yay, new loot and goodies.
Amazing.
It is the Kor Greatsword of the Blinding Sun.
Ooh.
Oh, shit.
Fab.
That's fancy.
The blinding sun.
Very appropriate.
Nice, that'll definitely come in handy.
Oh, yeah.
For sure. Reggie's gonna sit up there on the little step, crisscross applesauce, and just hold it and cry for an hour, tuning to the weapon.
Perfect way to attune. Perfect way.
Get those feels out.
And then after the hour, he'll come back downstairs and go, "Thank you for letting me have this, everyone."
Oh, no one deserves it more, Captain.
Well, I would have taken it myself, but I can't lift it.
Of course. And please know the next time I see your brothers, I'm gonna curb stomp them in the face.
Well, good news. Well, not so.
One's already dead.
Yeah.
Good news, yeah, it's true.
One is dead.
God bless.
Beetle will pop back into himself at the foot of the statue and shout down,
Selene, I think there's a riddle up here on the base of the statue. I think it has to do with that little doohickey down there that you're playing with.
Oh.
It says to move forward, one must light the past. Or something like that.
Yeah, to move forward, one must shine a light on the past.
Do we send the clock in reverse?
I think that's how they started this wacky inflatable tube ban of a situation.
That's exactly right.
Yes.
Because he sent that light in counterclockwise motion around that thing. That is what started the mechanism.
I mean, I feel like it's a solid defense mechanism to protect the item here. You know, the thing in my bag.
All right, we're coming back down.
Okay! And then when everyone comes back down, Selene gonna kind of look at the group and be like, hey, so when y'all ended up in that weird, water dream, you said that you saw my sister, right?
Yes.
Okay.
When?
I have a feeling that you don't recall.
That makes sense.
I also don't recall.
So it's okay. I apparently wasn't even there too, Charla, so, mood. As it were.
I went to a different place.
You went to that's incredible. Fucking dreams, am I right?
Fucking dreams.
I'm not susceptible to magical sleep anyway, so it would have worked. In any event, you said that you saw my sister there. The voice that cackled said that she had my sister. I find these things to be opposed, given that the Satara didn't seem to be pleased to see the spiders there. So I'm just trying to figure out. They didn't seem to be collaborating. It seems.
So. Order of business.
Mm-hmm.
What the fuck was that voice? The cackling and the saying that it has your sister. Who or what is that person?
You don't have to share your whole story if you don't want to, but as a tactical point, we do need to know who we're up against. But whatever you're comfortable with.
Comfortable. My sister was kidnapped. I think comfort went out the window a long time ago.
I would agree.
But I appreciate... So, that, I believe, was Alira. She is a warlock that serves Lolth. Like I was saying, the mother of my god, who's very evil and is super into the whole subjugation thing. She was my best friend, and I made the mistake of perhaps being too enthusiastic in our friendship, which is to say she knows exactly what buttons to push for me. But sorry, it's hard for me to talk about. I think the short version is that she betrayed us all and murdered our beloved teacher in the process, and has since been operating in the open for Lolth. Again, she knows a little bit too much about me, so given the whole, you said that Lilith was in that watery dimension, and again, the spiders don't seem to be collaborating with the watery dimension, I don't know if I believe her, but that's who it is. That's who it is.
Right.
I'd rather care not to see her again unless it's necessary.
We might have to in order to stop her.
Mm-hmm. What things can you tell us about her in terms of positives, negatives, strengths, weaknesses?
Allergies.
Favorite color.
Yeah, is she allergic to tree nuts? Should we throw in almonds?
Least favorite color.
I mean, she never really cared for hazelnuts.
Well, that's insane.
Well, warlock, so
yes.
Definitely can be quite charming. The other thing that sucks is, again, I, previous to even, getting serious about the alias trade at all, always had a fear of spiders. So I can't stress enough how much this sucks.
That is fair.
You have shown incredible bravery today.
You have. Third order of business was the spider in the room. Speaking of spiders, that exploded into a mass ichor of yellow demonic presence.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, let's go check it out.
So we all walk to the spider carcass. Then we all just crowd around it like a murder of crows.
Love.
Who would like to give me an investigation roll?
Can someone better at investigation do it?
It is not I.
It is also not I.
You all just look around at each other and shrug.
Be like, wow, this looks like a dead spider.
I got a 17.
Gilbert, this spidery body looks a lot like the two spiders you fought in the Temple of the Tranquil Soul, but it does look like it has been used for some dark purpose, probably connected to this person that Selene is telling you about, and clearly was aligned with Satara. It wears a blue gem. For those of you who have studied what happened in the Isle of Razine, you know that to be the gem of the favored. It is the highest rank, whereas the two spiders that you fought previously had only the green gem, which was that of the worthy, one rank below the favored. So this one was clearly exalted above the other two by probably Satara, because she was the one who oversaw that community where those gems had significance. Selene, you believe that this is connected to some of the things that you discovered in the temple. If you remember, you found some of the belongings and the journal entries of a Sister Kiana, also known as Sister Betrayer. You get the feeling, as the dots are connecting, that this Sister Betrayer might actually be your friend Alira. Satara was convinced by her to go about some sort of plan that involved this spider. I will reread for you the journal entry that once upon a time was read. I have convinced Satara to trust me as a worthy. I will disrupt her recruitment by destroying the Master Stargate. When she is frantically searching for alternatives, I will present my plan. She will agree. The strongest specimen will suffice. Now to collect the rest of the pieces. Beetle, have you rolled anything on this as of late?
What am I looking at here? What?
Why don't you roll a nature for me, or a history?
All right. That'll be 21.
You remember 7 months ago, with the help of Earth and some other friends perhaps, training these little blink spider babies. 7 months is enough time to reach maturity for a creature like that. You believe that the babies you trained back in that cave are the spiders that you fought in the temple and here.
Crap.
What have I done?
Well, that's a bummer.
If you remember, and you probably do, Beetle, one of those spiders was extra brave and said, we will step up and learn what Mama did to help. And that was the one that clearly showed the most promise to Sister Kiana, aka Alira, as she decided that would be the one that, whatever happened, essentially became the one that you saw in this room here.
Oh, man.
Probably exploited for its ability to blink in and out of planes, and has now reached this fate.
Well, that is heartbreaking.
Such a bummer.
Beetle just sort of stares at the carcass and sort of, gets this far off look in his eyes and just sort of like montaging, thinking back to, like setting up their obstacle course and being so proud of them. And suddenly his nails grow a little bit sharper and he hackles on the back of his neck, sort of stand up, and he just sort of grates his fingernails on the stone.
There is no word in Elvish, Entish, or the Black Tongue for this treachery.
Lolth has a habit of taking the best parts of us and the best of us and turning them against ourselves. I am so sorry, Beetle.
I'm gonna kill her. Where do we gotta go? Whoever did this to our little babies, I'm gonna kill her.
I have a feeling that Lolth wants a hand in this in some way or another. I'm not surprised given the caliber of power we've been, working with up to this point.
Well, call her up. I've got some words for her.
I typically try to not talk to Lolth, ever.
Oh, I'm gonna talk to her. All right.
Not gonna lie, would love to see it.
This brings me to my fourth and final order of business. All right, Gilbert. It's all right that I got hurt. It's all right that a lot of people got hurt. But we need to know what your god is, because apparently this Warlock of Loath wants to use you for her endgame, whatever it may be.
I don't have a god.
Thunder and lightning from outside.
My parents were worshippers of this serpent god thing.
Dendar,
yes. That I don't remember much about. Went to a Paylor church as a child in the public eye, but I just went. You go to church when you're a kid and you're kind of forced to go. I just went.
I have a feeling that we might not have the resources to figure out what's going on with Gilbert right now. But Gilbert, I trust you. I don't think that anything that's happening clearly is of Gilbert's doing. It sounds like he, like many other people dealing with other situations like this, was taken advantage of in many, many ways, is the feeling I'm getting at least.
Well, I appreciate that. Because I
agree.
In that moment, I tried to mind link with the yellow ichor spirit thing and to talk him into not fighting us. And then all of a sudden, took control of my body and I couldn't control anything.
Well, it sounds like we need a better defense against whatever this is. But how to defend against something that takes your entire free will away and to make you into a glorified zombie?
That is the question.
Well, I mean, this whole situation has been about something that makes something somnambulous, so it feels on brand.
Ben, do you have the information about the bracers? They're bracers with what are they called again?
Yeah, they're called Rings of Mind Shielding. That was identified by Selene.
And you said they're made of stone? You said they're made of, like, some kind of lava stone?
They are made of some sort of stone-like material.
Beetle would like to go and just sort of take Gilbert's hand and look at these bracelets, and can I, like, lick it to see if it's a salty rock, or, like, if I can tell that it is a type of stone?
Sure. How about you roll a nature?
That'll be an 8.
It's not like any of the rocks you've licked before in the mountains.
All right, I still am going to try this. I would like to cast Stone Shape on it. And I would like to try and make it the size of a necklace so it falls off his wrist.
Ooh. You touch a stone object of medium size or smaller, or a section of stone no more than 5 feet in any dimension, and form into a shape that suits your purpose.
Ooh.
Okay. Damn.
Oh, fancy.
Where was this spell?
I don't know, I forgot.
You have so many spells.
Yeah, I have 27 spells. I don't know what'll be useful.
Jeez.
I feel you.
Okay. Do you cast this on the left one or the right one?
Let's start with the left one.
Okay.
And then Reggie just cuts off the other arm.
Nice, Reggie.
Sorry. He's just still very distracted.
He's just swinging a sword around.
He's practicing his, like, sword play, like, very basic, like, ha-ha, ha-ha, ha-ha.
The left one becomes large enough that it just falls off of your wrist, Gilbert, and thuds, Lord of the Rings style, blum, blum, onto the ground.
Oh.
Nice.
Bum, 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 bum.
And then, Ben, I would like to do a natural recovery. So kind of like it falls and then Beetle kind of like sneezes. And I'm going to get a 4th level spell slot back.
Nice.
And I'm going to do it again.
Nice.
Oh, wow.
To the right one.
Nice.
The right one does the same thing. It expands, so it's larger than your wrist, Gilbert, and it falls onto the ground.
Oh my goodness.
So that's what my wrists look like.
How do you feel, buddy?
What weird tan lines you have now.
I remember trying to commune with these at one point, and there are big red gems, and there's a consciousness, a spirit inside of each of the bracelets. We don't know what those consciousnesses are, and if my mind was able to be taken over, I'm already wearing a necklace one, because I have the bracelets and the necklace. If we are able to purge these spirits from these items, maybe we could use these circlets of mind shielding to protect us from getting our minds taken over again.
Maybe there's someone in Huzuz that's powerful enough to dispel whatever's inside here.
Or in that next town we're supposed to go to with the dancing people.
Yeah, we should go to that next town with the dancing peoples.
The dancing peoples.
The dancing peoples.
I think it's more that the person who runs the town might appreciate dance.
What's the name of the town?
Raziz.
Raziz. Oh.
Nadia is the leader.
That's right.
Do you feel any different, buddy?
No, my wrists are lighter.
Okay, well, there you go. That's what you get for trying to help.
I mean, it feels good not knowing that I'm able to take it on and off and having the free will to do so. So that's nice, thank you.
There we go.
Yeah, okay.
If you put it back on, will it get adhered to you again?
I mean, we could try.
Let's not try.
I'd rather keep you free.
I mean, I already have one. I don't need 3.
Fair. But I will say Raziz is maybe our next best bet.
Mm-hmm.
It's got a nice ring to it. Raziz. Nothing bad happens in Raziz except disease.
And chimpanzees.
And knees.
And cutleries.
Oh, please.
And bees. Oh, that makes me think of the beehive.
If it's true and they do have Selene's sister, I feel like we have to do something to one, get her back, but also toward an end. Like, calling Beetle my love, what was that? I want some answers to that.
I'm lovable.
That is very true.
I get it.
Also, I lied. There was a fifth order of business.
Oh boy.
So many.
I don't remember the first 4.
I didn't write anything down.
Who's taking the minutes?
I thought Captain was taking care of the minutes.
You just see Reggie in the corner going, ha! Ha! Just lunging with the sword, but then he realizes, oh, does anyone have the chronolometer?
It's in my bag.
Okay.
The chrono?
The chronolometer. The chronometer.
The femininomenon.
The chronometer.
The chronomena.
The chronomena.
Yeah, let's take a look at it. Should we try and, hold the pieces together?
Should we not hold it? What if we, set it on the ground and then we mage hand them together? Because remember that Skelly Belly guy had it attached to his arm, and I don't think we want that.
It looks like a bad time.
True.
Right?
That's true.
Could be true.
That sounds like an awful time. Kai cast mage hand and takes up the, what the heck was that other one?
The Wheel of Stars.
Wheel of Stars.
My mage hand pokes out of the bag. Is all the bullshit done yet? Or...
Is it safe?
All right, so you're trying to see if you can, using your mage hands, connect these two objects?
Yes.
I'll need some sort of flat intelligence check from someone.
10.
I got a 16.
Hey!
Kai, yeah, you're frustrated as you're not able to figure out how, if these things connect directly. Selene, you continuing to try to figure out this little puzzle, kind of figure that since this is 2 of 6 pieces, these might not themselves lock into each other, but once more pieces come into the whole, there might be a more successful attaching of them. Say, for instance, you collected all of the Inspector Gadget toys in McDonald's Happy Meal.
Yeah.
It's like you have the head and the leg, but you still need
Gotta make the Megazord somehow.
Yeah.
the torso and the other arms. And
It's like when they had those archmage toys with...
Oh my god, yes! Yes! I remember!
Yeah, we just
need
don't
more
have all of
pieces.
the... Yeah, exactly.
To the drive-through!
This also makes me concerned, should we be putting these pieces together? I mean, they've been kept apart all these years for a reason, but I know that we might need to use them against this warlock potentially. The stars are still moving, the stars are still crazy, so it's...
That's how we do it.
I don't know what else to do.
Why not?
Who's Water Lady? Did we discuss this already? Sorry, I was practicing.
Water Lady was Satara.
Who's that?
We assume that she is dead.
Are we assuming that? You know what happens when you assume.
I'm very big on seeing a dead body before I believe someone's dead.
Fair enough.
I agree.
That's a good policy.
Yeah.
Charla, it sounds like you're the only person who knew that water lady.
Personally.
Yeah.
So what's her deal?
Boy, you wouldn't believe
Try me.
what I have forgotten.
What have you...
All right.
Well, don't keep it all inside.
Well, that's that then.
Do you remember what you have forgotten upon seeing her visage once more?
A secret is better shared.
I don't know if I'm supposed to tell you this.
Do you say that out loud to us? Do you say that out loud?
Everyone is like...
Like we all just turn like, what?
What do you mean?
I vaguely remember.
It's back in 2021.
So I don't think I'm supposed to tell you this.
All right. Well, when you decide that we
All
have
of Ben's
to know,
planning out
I
the
guess-
window.
I don't remember what I'm not supposed to do.
Truly. Truly.
oh man.
So I'm not gonna tell you. So if I roll a history check and it just fails, does that mean I can continue with my deception?
How about this? How about you roll a secret history check?
How do I roll a secret history check?
Secret history.
Do you have physical dice?
I have 1.
Is it a d20?
Yes, I stole it from my ex-boyfriend.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Fitting.
Betrayer dice.
Go ahead and roll that.
Okay.
And direct message me that plus your history modifier.
I don't think I have a history modifier. -2, is that a modifier?
Yeah.
Incredible.
That sounds right.
This is incredible.
We're doing amazing. Okay, so with modifier, it's this.
Okay.
Everybody's just surrounding Charla, and she's like,
Tell us!
I need to do a deception, but I forget what the deception is about.
Can we roll insight checks?
Yeah.
You definitely remember, Charla, what you dreamed last night.
It was last night?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
You also remember what we saw in the flashback in episode 1, what Satara threatened you with on the island. So Charla remembers those things. Should you continue to deceive, that's up to you.
I think I'll continue to deceive until Jesse remembers.
We will die here.
I think there's some people who may want to roll insight against that.
You can roll that deception and see if anyone wants to challenge it. And if Jesse doesn't remember, then I will help fill in the blanks.
I'll roll.
I believe in my deception. I believe in my powers. I need to do a deception. Oh shit, I rolled a 15 deception.
I rolled a 16 insight.
I also rolled a 16 insight.
21, baby.
I just think we should go to Raziz.
It's evident, Charla, you have a history with Satara. All eyes are on you as you have failed to deceive everyone.
Charla.
Charla.
Turn.
I've had quite enough deception for one day.
I think we've all had.
Charla, I'm trying to be chill about this, but again, this is about my fucking sister.
I'm gonna need you to be a little bit more chill about this because this is also about my fucking family.
Oh, okay. Fair. I can respect that. What's going on?
You're not the only one who's got kidnapped family.
Excuse me? Why hasn't this come up sooner?
We can help if we know these things, though.
So you can get off your high horse.
Oh boy.
As my parents have been kidnapped.
In our introduction of Charla, as we panned out from her interrogation/torture back on the Isle of Razine, the thing that she saw being ushered in the room was indeed her parents. So last we knew,
Oh, that's so sad.
Charla's parents were being held hostage by Satara, and she has been using that leverage to continue to try to use Charla as an agent.
Charla, all the more reason we would have helped you.
Indeed.
Well, I couldn't tell you. Otherwise, she would have just killed them. But I forgot that part, so I've told you now.
If Satara is now dead,
She's not.
I really don't think she's dead.
or gone at least, are your parents still in danger?
That is an excellent question, Kai. I don't know. And that worries me. But she also didn't see me. So maybe if she didn't see me, then she didn't know that I was with you. So maybe maybe she thinks that I wasn't helping. So maybe she's killed them already.
Charla, what have you told her?
Boy, what haven't I told her?
That's so diabolically funny.
I'll help Jesse to remember.
Please, dear God. Help Jesse to remember. Because I don't remember.
Have you compromised this mission?
I've been so excited for this betrayal to get resolved, though.
You told her about what Grick was looking for when he first came to Zakara. You told her that he was looking for the talisman of Terran.
Did he find it?
Grick did not find it, I don't think.
Okay.
Master Shara Kalikon said that was taken by Satara when the temple was invaded, along with the dimensional loop, another piece of the orrery that was being held at the temple.
Okay.
You also told her that the key, that object, was what was supposed to be used to overthrow Razine, which of course it did.
Do you relay this all?
I think in the interest of self-preservation, I have relayed this to the rest of the party.
And I would say the last level of deception that they see through is clearly that dream you had last night, where you once again were visited by her. But you can truthfully say,
I don't remember.
Charla doesn't know because Charla was standing outside, blissfully ignorant.
That is correct. Charla was 100% blissfully ignorant of what happened last night. Not a clue.
All right.
Same, buddy, same.
So...
Wow.
Well, I don't know what any of that means.
Yeah, neither do I. I would say it's a lot to unpack, but it's all new to me. Here we are.
Yeah, you and I have zero history, Gilbert.
And it sounds like it's for the best.
So, Reggie, Beetle, buddies.
Yeah?
Hell?
I'm not too upset. I don't really know what anything you said means, so I feel like she would know all of that stuff anyway at some point. She seems really smart.
In a way, this makes a lot of sense about what she was trying to do and what she was trying to summon. Maybe that was the item that she was holding, the talisman that exploded into a bunch of spiders.
How about you roll on Arcana or History?
With a pleasure. No, I rolled a 13 on Arcana,
Yeah, so whoever saw Satara come in the room can also roll an Arcana or History.
I got a 17.
I got a 1 for history, so I was right there when she walked in, and still nothing, not a zip.
Literally closed your eyes in fear.
I did.
You just like turned away into the wall so she couldn't see your face.
Gilbert, you don't know what the Talisman of Terron is, but I suppose with a decent enough Arcana, you know that it was taken by Satara from the Temple of the Tranquil Soul, and she brought some powerful object out that you beheld there. So that very well could have been the Talisman of Terron, or so she thought, at least.
Sounds like Satara fucked up.
Honestly, Charla, thank you. I mean, not really. You were kind of caught in this. But now that we know, we can help you better. If she didn't see you because you were hidden, we could potentially even use this to our advantage. We could keep up the ruse that you're still working for her.
This is true.
You become our spy. You become a double spy.
Oh, a double spy.
Charlotte, the double agent Bush.
And we'll totally save your parents.
That would be nice. I don't know if my parents are in the same place as Lilith, but that would be convenient, wouldn't it?
I would definitely be open to doing all that I can to help you with that.
Let's aim for a double rescue, shall we?
Maybe even more, given the amount of people that have been taken at this point.
What's item number 6 then? Moving on?
Item number 6 is what do we do next?
Okay, well, I think nonetheless our choice is still to keep trying to find these things, right?
Yes.
Before Satara does, or Loth does, or both?
Somebody help me on my camel so we can go to Raziz.
Would you happen to know where Alira Zautul will go? Her lair or anything like that?
Honestly, I would imagine, given the whole infiltration aspect of her sort of MO, she's likely in that dream world you guys saw, taking some sort of element of power from it. So I think all we can do is do what we can in the waking world while we're waking, and then do what we can in the dream world while we're dreaming. Also, I want to point out, Charla, that again, Loth's whole thing is about betrayal, but not just like pure betrayal. They're into people being manipulated into a position where that's their only option. So please know that I'm not cross with you.
My bad.
It's okay. I was saying I'm not cross with you. I'm not. You're good. You were put into a tough situation. I'm just glad we found out. However, again, I just want to stress that Raziz is where we know the thing is supposed to be.
Well, then let's go there.
So, next order of business, do we stay and rest, or do we go to Raziz?
Can we not rest in the tent on the way?
Can we rest not in the spire, because it gives me the heebie-jeebies now?
Yeah, I don't want, the mechanism to burst back open and the lights flood back in for some reason.
Second.
Don't trust it.
How far away is Raziz?
7 or 8 miles.
And what time is it?
It's probably actually still pretty early. It's probably like 7 a.m.
You could just take a short rest if you want.
Let's take a short rest.
That can sort of overlap with a lot of the conversation you've been having, right?
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to be asleep, ignoring everyone for a short rest, so...
Can we remove the gem from our brave spider baby's body? I want to give it a little, not burial, but I'll do like a bonfire, create bonfire underneath it and give it a little bit of a...
I'm not very good at sending things into the beyond. Does anyone have, words? Do we say anything? Selene, what do we do?
Honestly, I think one of the best ways we could honor this little guy's memory would just be if anyone has anything they want to share about this brave little creature.
You were so brave, and I'm so proud of you, and I hope you keep having adventures wherever you end up. Oh, God!
Selene will just, lay her hand on a bit of the spider and say something to the effect of, may you always be dancing in the moonlight.
Oh.
Kaya is very confused. Beetle is crying over this spider, although it usually just, you would want to eat it. Why isn't he eating it now? Why is he crying over it like he knew it somehow? It's eventual putting the dots together that, oh.
Spiders can be friends and food.
Beetle, you can add an aquamarine gem to your inventory if you take the favored marker gem off of the corpse.
All right, where to? What do we do next?
I think it's time for us to head to Raziz.
Let's do it!
So, Gilbert, what do you do with the bracers now that they're on the ground?
I go to Gilbert and he's like, do you mind if I hang on to these? Or would you prefer to carry them? Or
I'm deciding.
Let me hold on to them for now. There's still some more digging I want to do.
Do not touch them with your skin, though.
Yes, the one thing I am afraid of is that if it hits your skin directly, it will adhere itself back onto you.
Okay, yes, you hold on to those.
All right. And then I just put him back in the satchel.
Gilbert, like the entire time, has just been looking at his wrists and being like, ooh, so that's what my wrists look like.
It's so smooth.
It's so smooth.
Let's take a camel ride.
We grab the camels and head to Raziz.
What do we know to be at Raziz again?
Nadia Fadela is the runner and keeper of the peace, and I forgot what she keeps, though.
The peace.
Got your fucking brain.
She was indeed one of the signatures, the curators of the pieces, and Najib told you that she would be the person to talk to in Raziz.
Can I read on the trip?
Yeah, if you're on Camelback, right?
Yeah.
So if you wanted to, you could log. I said it's 2.5 hours on Camelback. Because you are still traversing the Great Desert, I will need from someone a survival check.
I got it.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, do it up.
With advantage, that'll be a 19. That way!
Great. You are confident which direction to head. In addition, can you roll for me a D4, Beetle?
3.
As you are making your way, the sun is rising. It's certainly getting hot now as hours pass. You think you probably won't arrive till 10 a.m. or so. You see in the distance a herd of what appears to be unattended camels, perhaps feral camels, just wandering in your direction from where you're coming from.
Mm-hmm. And?
I say we take them and sell them.
Gilbert!
It's not a bad idea, Gilbert.
Who's going to catch them?
I say we let them be, we ignore them completely and continue going.
Sounds good.
I think so too.
As we pass, I would like to just look and see, like, maybe if there were, like, remnants of, you know, like maybe a harness or something. Like, maybe they did belong and, like, either escaped or, like, their owners perished and then they've just been wandering. I'd like to, try and do like I don't know if that's another survival or what.
Survival makes sense to me, to sort of like look for signs of have they been in captivity? Have they always just been wild?
That'll be a 16 plus 8.
Yeah, you can tell that these creatures are as free and wild as they come. They are just wandering brumbies.
Yeah!
They don't really regard you much. They'll just sort of pass, concerned with their own business. Just, wild spirits of the desert.
Hello!
They are free.
That's nice. I like that.
There's no danger in that. We should do that more often.
Reggie, I think that you should start implementing camels instead of horses for the knights. Maybe there's something there. What do you think?
Yes. Sure. He is processing so much right now, so he is just like...
That's so real.
Very much in his own world, staring straight ahead in the desert.
And as you stare straight ahead, you are perhaps among the first to notice in the distance, you do eventually see what looks like first a series of mound-like irregularities in the desert, almost like brown hills, but getting closer, you think they might actually be houses or dwellings, clearly a village or settlement of some sort.
Look at those brown dwellings, perhaps lumps in the distance. Perhaps it is Raziz.
They're very brown.
It's like my house.
So what's really cool about architecture, especially in the desert, is that they often use more elements of the ground itself because it helps with natural cooling.
Ooh.
And Selene's just going to go on like a little monologue about how cool this architecture is.
You're a nerd. I like it.
Right back at you. Why do you think I gave you a book?
I love it.
I love to read.
Reggie just goes, fascinating! Continues walking forward.
I imagine we'll try and find someone and be like, hey.
Yeah, do we see anybody wandering outside or any guards, or is it... it doesn't seem to be a walled city, does it?
No, it certainly does not. It seems to be an open village, a few people on the outskirts. As you start to approach, what you first notice is these piles of garbage seem to be stacked as high as some of the dwellings, food refuse and animal waste and decrepit desert materials form these mounds of putrid trash. So as you make your way into the town and the descent hits you, you'll all make for me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, no.
Oh, I like it.
That's fair.
Everybody except for Beetle, roll Constitution.
Yeah, Beetle's thriving.
So when I said Raziz, Sounds like disease.
Good. It looks like most people, the smell hits them and they are able to keep their rations down. Charla, I don't think that's the case for you. You probably have to ditch your lunch.
It's been a big day.
True Charla fashion.
Beetle, you, I know. I feel like you should either make this with advantage or maybe you do. It is gross, but you kind of like how gross it is. So maybe you do feel a little bit sick to your stomach, but in a fun way.
Yeah, I like feeling nauseous. It's like a roller coaster.
He's just like drunk on the scent.
He's got butterflies.
Oh my god, I hate it.
He's giddy.
The rest of you feel okay and get used to the scent rather quickly. As you make your way in, you do see this population of desert-dwelling folk in various styles of cloth, desert garb. There are some different clans, perhaps, here than which you saw at the Jamal Oasis. Remember, that was the House of the Lion, so maybe these are some other, like, houses here. And as you make your way in, some eyes definitely turn and linger on you. Clearly, you're not from this region, and there are some curious desert folk looking at this powerful party that's making its way in town.
Is there someone that looks like they're, like, a part of the more either authority or mainstay of the group here?
How about you, Selene, looking for the right person to talk to?
Parley with.
You're not unfamiliar with walking into a tense new situation and trying to talk to the right people in the right way. So how about you roll perception, I guess?
Sure. 19, baby!
Nice.
With a 19, you see, as people are kind of taking you in and maybe a little bit hesitant, one figure runs right up to you all. It is a small, half-orc child, and he stops suddenly. His wild mop of hair stops a moment after he does, and his large mouth hangs open, revealing some tusks he has not yet grown into. And he'll go, "Whoa, are you from far away?"
Oh!
I'm gonna get on his level immediately and be like, we absolutely are. Are you from around here?
Yeah, I live here. Where are you from?
Oh!
We're from across the great ocean.
Whoa, you look so fancy.
You look so cool. I like your tusks. I think you're gonna grow into them wonderfully.
You think so?
I really do. Hey, can I ask you a question real quick?
Uh-huh.
Oh my god!
I'm looking for Nadia. We've come from the Jamal Oasis and we bring a message of great importance. Do you know where we can find her?
Yeah, come on. He'll like reach up and try to grab your hand and start guiding you.
I think we tied our camels somewhere.
I'll say something to the effect of like, wait, before we do, where should we put our camels? Is there like a parking area?
Yeah, right over there. He'll point to this stable, and there's just there's tons of this town. The scent of it, a lot of it comes from animal scent. There's lots of different camels and goats and things kind of tied up everywhere. So he points you at one particular large hut.
He's also a child. Okay, guy, just 1 second. At this point, I'm assuming canonically I'm holding hands with this child. 1 moment. Does someone want to go tie up the camels, or what do we, do you want to just like jump into this? What do you think?
Reggie's gonna dismount incredibly gracefully and and very stylized. But then he's gonna say, "My lady, I have grown distrustful of people of late. I am coming with you."
Super fair.
I'll tie up the camels. Come on, come on.
Thank you so much.
Reggie, was that coded at me?
I'll do some finger guns and I'll be like, I'll help Beetle.
I honestly hadn't even considered it, Charla, to be honest.
He turns to look at Jessie, stares at her blankly, and then turns back around.
Not even Charla.
Not a Charla. Wow. Jessie.
He looks through Charla into Jessie.
Little Yusuf, totally unaware of this tension, will just continue to try to usher certainly Selene and all that are interested further into town.
My name's Selene, by the way, Yusuf. It's really nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. My name's Yusuf. I'm telling you now.
Yusuf. Somehow I knew your name.
I sensed it. Yusuf, how old are you?
I am 9 years old.
What?
Did he just suddenly get a Cockney accent at the end there?
He'll hold up 9 orc little sausage fingers.
It happens for all orcs. They develop some sort of a Cockney accent in their pre-teen age.
That's
and
the
then all of a
tusk.
sudden
It's a part of puberty.
Oh, you've almost hit the double digits. It's so exciting.
What's a digit?
It's like numbers. And so 9, it's kind of looks like this, like a funky little ball with a tail at the end. And when you turn 10, the number for it will be like this one, and then a circle. So there's 2 instead of the 1, 9. You see what I mean?
He'll like try to draw those shapes in the sand with his finger.
Like that?
Yeah, like that. So what I'm saying is when you turn 10, you'll be in the double digits.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah, so I'm not really good at math, but I'm happy to talk about digits. We're just gonna keep on trucking along.
And Selene starts the first daycare of Raziz.
I love this child. I will protect it with my life.
Thank you, friends, for joining us for another episode of The Stars of Huzuz, brought to you by the Troubadours. Did I mention how much awesome bonus content we have on our Discord? Original battle map artwork, a fun and engaging question of the week. What's your favorite dance move? Click on that link down below. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.